Today is May 9th, 2024, and I found this interesting book called The Self-Care Prescription: Powerful Solutions to Manage Stress, Reduce Anxiety, and Increase Well-Being by Robin L. Gobbin, PhD. There's 8 chapters, but I'm just going to read chapter 1. Why you should care about self-care. Oh, I'm okay. I'm busy and I haven't slept in weeks, but I'm making it. This was the response a coworker gave me when I asked how she was doing a few years back. The response has stuck with me because I think it rings true for many of us. In my years as a therapist, I've heard clients express similar feelings, and I've certainly felt that way in my own life at times. Like a worn-out t-shirt, our various responsibilities have pulled us in so many different directions that we end up stretched way too thin. We're there bare, with little to nothing of value left to give ourselves. We dream of escaping to sandy beaches and clear waters, but the time never seems to be right to take a vacation. We wear many hats: parents, workers, spouse, son or daughter, sibling, students, and the list goes on. Each of these hats demand a certain level of time, money, and energy that slowly depletes us from day to day. Self-care is fundamental. Self-care is in the air these days. You've probably seen 1,000 posts about it on social media and heard the familiar phrases dropped in advertisement. Self-care is offered as a remedy for virtually everything. It's a popular recommendation from nearly everyone, from doctors and bloggers to life coach and therapists. With most self-care advice, you might be encouraged to get a mani-ped, treat yourself to a nice meal, take an exotic vacation, or take a long hot bath. Everyone's telling you to take time for yourself, but aside from pampering yourself and me time, what is self-care and why is it so important? Simply put, self-care means taking care of yourself, but that means more than just treating yourself to occasional luxuries. It means taking responsibility for your well-being in all the important areas of your life. It involves spending dedicated time getting to know who you are, what you need, and then committing to giving yourself what you need to be happy, healthy, and fully present for your life. When we allow our family, job, and other responsibilities to consume all our attention without spending resources on ourselves, we end up physically exhausted, emotionally disconnected from ourselves and our loved ones, and despite having a whole 24 hours to work with each day, always short on time. When we have the audacity to take a break from it all, we feel guilty, things fall through the crack, or we just can't seem to stop thinking about all the things that are pulling us up on our to-do list while we're supposed to be relaxing. Before we know it, we can find ourselves living a life we don't even recognize. We get so consumed by work and responsibilities that there is no time for connections with friends, pursuing our dreams, rest, or intimacy with our family and partner. Day in and day out, we go through the motions, crossing items off our to-do list all the while. We're overcommitted, unhappy, and unfulfilled. We feel powerless, as if we're just passengers along for the ride. We've forgotten how powerful we can be and how much control we have in determining our own... We've forgotten how powerful we can be and how much control we have in determining the course of our own lives. And so when someone asks how we're doing, we might find ourselves replying like my coworker, "I'm okay, just making it." But here's the thing. I want more for you than just okay. I want you to feel confident, energized, motivated, and empowered. I want you to play an active role in determining the direction your life is headed. That's why I decided to write this book, to remind you and all of us that we can choose. You can begin anytime you want and forge a new path. You can take the wheel and change the course of your life. Yes, things will be hard sometimes, but in the midst of it all, I never want you to forget about yourself and your needs. Taking care of you is the best thing you can do for your job, your family, and your friends. Self-care is essential, not just for feeling good, but also for functioning well in everyday life. I want to make it clear from the beginning that self-care is not just about feeling good. Sure, much of what you do for yourself will bring you pleasure, but this will not always be the case. Simply put, self-care is not always fun or relaxing, and you won't always feel like doing it. Sometimes self-care involves forgiving yourself for past mistakes, setting boundaries in relationships, making the medical or dental appointment you've been putting off, saying no to a fun night out because you're sleep deprived, or choosing to walk away from a job or relationship you have outgrown. Self-care is about making yourself a priority. Whatever your life circumstances, self-care is fundamentally about bringing balance back to the life that has grown imbalanced from too many commitments or responsibilities. How do you do self-care? The popular ideal of self-care, often shown in magazines, blogs, and TV news segments, typically includes ice cream, bubble baths, massage, or pedicures. While these kinds of me time treat yourself strategies can play a role in the self-care routine, real self-care is a much more substantive, holistic endeavor touching every aspect of a person's life. So, truly taking care of your own needs requires not just scheduling fun activities now and then, but also doing some self-reflection to see how things stand in your life, where you most want to be or need to make changes, or how best to bring those changes about. Self-care is about taking a serious look in the mirror and making changes that will give your life more balance, meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. Let's say, for example, you've been battling chronic pain, anxiety, or depression silently for months, but you have not noticed any significant improvement. Self-care is a situation might involve being honest with yourself about your pain and your difficulty managing it on your own, and then taking the vulnerable steps of reaching out to a doctor or therapist for help. This can be hard because so many of us have bought into the ideal that we are somehow weak if we're unable to solve problems on our own. Nothing can be further from the truth. In a society that glorifies self-reliance, it takes a lot of strength to ask for help when you need it. The process of learning to truly take care of yourself might not always be pleasurable, and you may encounter some mental roadblocks that you need to overcome, but it is self-care nonetheless. What this book offers. I'll tell you what I tell my clients. I'm not a miracle worker, neither is this book. I wish I had a magic wand that could take away all your emotional pain and fix all the problems you are facing this very moment, but that simply isn't possible. I don't have all the answers, but what I do have is knowledge and a proven set of skill-building strategies that I believe will help you create the life you desire, brick by brick. I'll be right there alongside you as you put in the effort and hard work to bring about the changes you most want to see in your life. It will require openness on your part. If you stick with me and implement the tips or techniques I suggested here, I am confident that you'll walk away from this experience equipped with the tools needed to continue along your self-care journey, more clear-headed and empowered than when you began. This book is structured around the 6 essential dimensions of wellness as defined by the National Wellness Institute: the physical, spiritual, emotional, intellectual, vocational, and social domains. Self-care is about more than looking and feeling good. It involves my eye is tearing up. It involves nurturing every aspect of yourself, mind, body, and spirit. I like to think of the dimensions of wellness like a car. Each part of a car plays a virtual role in the overall functioning of the vehicle. If any part of the car is broken or malfunctioning, for example, the brakes wear out, the car becomes unstable, and it cannot function the way it was intended to. Sure, you can continue to drive your car when your brakes need work, but eventually you'll run the risk of doing serious damage to yourself and your car. Like a car in need of work, we can get and still function while only attending to some dimensions of wellness. But that choice comes with downsides. To ensure that we keep running smoothly, we need periodic tune-ups, and we be wise not to ignore any warning signals that an area of our life needs attention. Just like we wouldn't purchase a brand new car and drive it around for years without ever taking it for routine oil change or maintenance. Our bodies, minds, and spirits require the same level of upkeep. Let's quickly review what each dimension of wellness entails. Physical. Physical wellness is all about how your body functions. To function, ultimately, your body needs proper nourishment, exercise, and healthy habits. Social. We are created for social connections. We are at our best when we have healthy relationships with people who genuinely care about us, respect us, and lift us up. Intellectual. Just like your body needs exercise, so does your brain. You're never too old to grow and learn something new. Intellectual wellness is all about engaging in activities that feed your creativity and keep your mind sharp. Vocational. Life is too short to be doing work that doesn't make you feel good. Vocational self-care involves finding meaning in the work you do and knowing how to cope when you find yourself in a less than optimal employment situation. Spiritual. When you are spiritually healthy, we realize that we exist beyond the physical and our life has a sense of meaning and purpose. Emotional. Our feelings. When they're unpleasant, we feel like we can't live with them. And when they're pleasant, we definitely wouldn't want to survive without them. The truth is, we were meant to experience a range of emotions, both pleasure and pain. Emotional wellness is all about embracing your full emotional experience and having skills that help you cope when emotions are painful and intense. Each of the following 6 chapters begin with a general discussion of what's important about the particular self-care domain and what needs for the domain to stay healthy and well-balanced. Then I make it personal by leading you in discussion activities that will help you create the vision of how you want to show up in your life around each areas of wellness. I also share proven mindsets, strategies, and techniques that will propel you towards your personal goals in every category. Every exercise I can offer can be tailored to meet your specific circumstances and life demands. This is about incorporating self-care into your life in a way that works for you. There are no one-size-fits-all methods over here. As you read through the strategies, I encourage you to think outside the box and find creative ways to make each strategy your own. Reason why I'm kind of reading fast is because my mom is asleep and she's about to wake up, and I got some people coming. So I want to get this done before all that happens. Okay, let me carry on smartly. Finding what works for you. By now you probably got the idea. The book covers a lot because every self-care domain plays a critical role in achieving the balance you need. You'll benefit from working on all 6 domains. However, if you need this book with a particular problem in mind, say feeling stuck in your professional life, feel free to go directly to Chapter 5, which focuses on vocational self-care, and begin there. But don't shortchange yourself. Plan to work on all the chapters eventually because all the skills and exercises in this book build on and reinforce one another. Not every recommendation will work the same way for everyone. This book is jam-packed with powerful exercise tools and techniques so that whenever your circumstances, you can find something that works for you. I do recommend that you try everything at least once. Once you've done that, feel free to take the techniques that are a good fit for you and leave behind things that were less useful. This is all about you upgrading your life in a way that is manageable and sustainable in the long run. I gotta take this call. Let's get started. My sincere hope is that you will walk away from this book with skills that equip you to prioritize your health and happiness despite the challenges and complexities that life throws your way. Bottom line, I want to help you live your best life. This book offers proven effective techniques to help you integrate self-care strategies into your life. But as author John C. Maxwell says, dreams don't work unless you do. I believe you have the potential to create a life where you're not only look good, but you also feel good. So many of us have perfected the art of looking good. We have become pros at wearing the I'm okay mask. Our outsides are dressed up nicely, stylish clothes, pretty smiles, positive attitude, but inside things are so pretty. We stop enjoying life. We crave deeper connections, and we lost ourselves in the process of taking care of everyone else. This is your invitation to put you first. It's time to stop waiting for someone Learn how to take better care of yourself today. It is possible to be an incredible partner, parent, friend, and or family member and still take care of yourself. I will show you how. Some of the strategies may be familiar to you and others feel new and different. When you hear something that is familiar or tried and true for you, challenge yourself to look at that skill with new eyes. There are 3 things you will need to get the most out of this book: an open mind, a pen, and a notebook. As you move through the book, I encourage you to use a notebook for journaling, life masking, and planning how you will implement various recommendations. Commit to setting aside as much time daily or weekly as you can to read this book and practice the strategies within. Part of what this book will teach you is how to carve out time for yourself, so it's okay to start small. You can make over your life overnight. Just start. Here is my goal for you. By the time you reach the end of this book, you will be experiencing so many benefits from taking care of yourself that you will want to maximize self-care time in your schedule. Are you ready to start? Let's go. I'm rooting for you. So if you want to hear the rest of the chapters, I suggest you guys buy the book or download the book, you know, or get the audio books. Anyway, hey, something to think about, right? Something to do, something to help yourself. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Peace.